Okay, let's dive into this explainer. Today, we're looking at a pretty uncompromising concept, one that honestly cuts right through all that daily noise and the endless excuses we all make. We're talking about radical responsibility. It's that sudden realization that the absolute power to alter your trajectory, it's sitting right there in your hands, right now. If you don't change now, you never will. Just let that sink in for a second. You see, change doesn't happen by accident, right? It doesn't magically appear just because you sit around and wish for a better life. It only kicks in when you finally decide that enough is enough, when you hit that wall where you can no longer tolerate living the way you've been living. You literally have to look at your life, drop the excuses, and declare, I'm doing this. It starts and it ends entirely with you. Section 1. The someday trap. Waiting for the perfect moment. Because man, it is so easy to wake up to that exact same routine and just feel like the world is too tough to change. Now, what's really interesting about this is how these common illusions play out. We tell ourselves, oh, someday, or maybe next week when work calms down, or when things are different. Maybe you've been wanting to write a book for 5 years, or you're stuck in a dead-end job just out of fear. Let's be real, these aren't plans. They're illusions. They're little lies we tell ourselves to stay safe in our comfortable little bubbles. But here's the hard truth. That perfect moment, it simply does not exist. The stars are not going to magically align for you. The moment you believe you can't change anymore, you've already lost. Seriously, the world does not slow down just because you're tired. It doesn't get less difficult because you wish it would. The very second you buy into this belief that you're stuck or too old or just too exhausted to change, you've lost the battle. You have to make the move right now, especially when you don't feel ready. Waiting is just giving up on yourself in slow motion. Section 2. Comfort is a silent killer. The cost of playing it safe. And we need to move fast on this one because settling into comfort is literally suffocating your potential. And this brilliantly illustrates the true cost we're talking about. Look at the comfort zone on one side. Sure, it feels okay right now, but it's where dreams go to die. It's suffocating, leaving you stuck in an endless loop of what ifs. But then, look at the growth zone on the other side. The universe doesn't reward you for playing it safe. It rewards taking risks. It rewards those willing to fall down, scrape themselves off the ground, face their absolute worst insecurities, and actually fight for their lives. Let's walk through this timeline together, because this is the harsh, inevitable reality of doing nothing. Today, you're stuck in the same routine, just going through the motions. Now, fast forward 5 years. You're waking up, looking back at this exact moment, desperately wishing you had started sooner. Push it out further. 10, maybe 20 years, and now you're haunted by lifelong regrets. You realize you had the chance to change everything, and you just let it slip away. So, do you want to live the exact same life for the next 5, 10, or 20 years? I really want you to pause for a second. Let that sink in. Think about your current trajectory. Because if your answer is no way, then you need to internalize this undeniable fact. Nobody is coming to save you. Sure, people might support you, they might cheer you on from the sidelines, but when the challenges pile up and things get genuinely tough, you are the only one who can stand up and say, I am not backing down. It is 100% your responsibility. Section 3, Rethinking Fear and Failure. Embracing the fight. We're shifting gears now to tackle the main roadblock here, fear. Because actually, scratch that. It's those hardest moments that ultimately define who you are. To make this shift, we have to completely redefine what failure means. Failure is not the end of the road. It's feedback. It is a mandatory, unavoidable step on your journey of growth. It's exactly the teacher you need to figure out how to get better. Honestly, if you aren't failing, it's just proof that you aren't pushing your limits hard enough. So the crucial point is understanding exactly why we stay stuck. Most people don't change because they're terrified of the fight or the discomfort or, falling flat on their faces. But the craziest part, they're often most afraid of success. Because when success finally comes, it demands that you be more than you were yesterday. And that sheer level of responsibility, it can leave people completely paralyzed in indecision. Now make no mistake, change is hard. It's incredibly uncomfortable. But check out this comparison. The pain of staying exactly where you are, stuck at rock bottom, is infinitely greater than the pain of change. The discomfort of growth, that's just temporary, and it actually leads to real transformation. But the pain of staying the same, that is a heavy, lifelong regret. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough, and you're not growing. You absolutely have to step into the unknown. You have to embrace the very real possibility of falling short, because it is the only true path forward. You've got this incredible, untapped potential waiting to be unleashed, but you must be willing to do the hard things to get there. Section 4. The perfect time is now. The power of a single decision. Let's move to and see how this builds into the solution, stripping away this whole illusion of waiting for tomorrow. Eventually is a massive lie we tell ourselves just to justify procrastination. Think about all those things you've put off, starting that business, getting healthy, telling yourself, oh, I'll get to it eventually. But here's the thing, eventually never comes. Your past does not define you, but this present moment right now, that is where all your power lies. And hey, the process of change isn't some magical event that happens overnight. It's not a fairy tale. It actually begins with a straightforward 3-step process. Step 1, you make the firm decision that enough is enough. Step 2, you take one small step right now, today. And step 3, you just keep moving forward. That initial decision is by far the hardest part. The rest is just the messy, rewarding work. This is the reality of action. Taking action shatters the paralysis of fear. And get this, it doesn't require perfection. You do not need to have all the answers right out of the gate. Every single small step you take is progress. And the really cool part is, once you make that firm decision and actually act, momentum takes over. The universe kind of aligns and opportunities begin to show up in ways you never expected, all because you started that chain reaction. 1. Just one. A single, small action taken today is literally all that's required to move closer to your untapped potential. Before the fear creeps back in, before the overthinking settles down on you, you just take that very first step. The world is waiting for you to show up, and you are capable of so much more than you even realize. You've got the strength, you've got the drive, and you have the will. All that is left is for you to make the choice. It is never, ever too late, no matter how long you felt stuck. The opportunity to change is always right there for the taking. The world is quite literally waiting for you to show up and fight for your future. So I'm going to leave you with this one final question to answer for yourself. Are you going to stay stuck, or are you going to step up and change your life right now? The choice is entirely yours.